Now, as we mentioned, the Shoshone National Forest was the first national forest having been created over 128 years ago. So that's 128 years we've been caring for the land and serving people. Now, here on the Shoshone, they've kept the tradition alive, which is using a pack string to access the backcountry to complete restoration work. So right now we're gonna go meet Jason and Crosby, who are part of the Shoshone National Forest stock team. Hey Jason, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Cool, man. I'm loving it out here. Can you tell us a bit about what we're seeing? What are you doing here?
So this is one of several pack strings that we maintain here on the Shoshone National Forest. And you know, a string can be anywhere from 4 to 12 animals depending on what we're doing for the job and the terrain we're gonna be in. They call them a string because of the way we tie them or string them together to go down the trail. We generally ride horses and pack mules, and we've got 90 head of animals on our forest here. And so we use these just like somebody else might use a ATV or a pickup. So the difference is at the end of the year, we can't just shut the key off and put them in the garage. So it takes a small crew of people to, you know, care for these animals throughout the winter. And on every day, this herd of animals will eat almost a ton of feed or forage. So just keeping feed in front of them is quite a chore.
Wowzers. Can you tell us a little bit about your animals? Like, who are these guys?
Absolutely.
Or girls.
So Crosby here, Crosby's riding what we call a bell mare. And we call her a bell mare because we'll put a bell on her neck at night, and that way we can hear her, know where she's at. All these other mules will attach to this bell mare, and so wherever she goes, they'll stay with them. So in the evenings, we'll hobble her or picket her, and we can turn all these other mules loose and let them graze at night, and they'll stay with her. And so we'll have them there in the morning. So.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And then this mule here, this is Patty. She's kind of our boss mule. We use her for training new mules that we bring into the string. She's just a good old gal. She's got some lumber bunks on that we would use for carrying timbers or lumber back into the backcountry for trail work. We can carry about up to 12 feet long on these lumber bunks.
Okay.
This next mule, this is Bruce here, and Bruce he's a half draft, so he's a great big old boy, and him and Jimmy here are pretty docile, so we can put anything on them. They just go down the trail real good. He's got some kitchen panniers on here is what he's got, and these are bear-proof panniers, so we keep food and we'll cook on these. There's a stove inside of there. So, and then Jimmy here is carrying what we call a man-eat load. It's just basically a tarp wrapped up. We'll put all of our gear inside this tarp, and it's just wrapped up and tied up. And so we might put camp gear, sleeping bags, personal items. And this last mule here is Carla, and she's got a set of soft panniers on. We might carry tools and just like a man-eat load camping gear and such. Carla's our whip mule here, and the reason we put her on the back is she pays pretty good attention, and this last mule always has a little bit less time to go over obstacles, so she pays attention and makes sure she doesn't get her lead rope too tight. So.
Jason, that's super cool. And as soon as the string moved, she went and got right at the very back.
Absolutely. She knows her job, and they all like their job. So,
what do you like about your job? What's the best part about your work?
Well, I tell you, for me personally, I grew up around horses, so getting a job that I can work with horses and mules and ride in good, beautiful country, I mean, yeah, it's great. And just being able to manage public lands and you know, that big responsibility, I enjoy that. And probably my favorite part is just the maintaining the primitive skills of, you know, of packing mules and using a crosscut saw, you know, so.
Oh, totally fun. There's nothing like using a crosscut saw. Oh, I think you already told us why you're using a team of mules instead of a
like Christy said earlier, that 80% of this forest is either roadless or wilderness, so mechanized travel is not allowed. Right. So this is the only way to get in and manage those lands, keep trails cleared, you know, and just get crews back in there to do scientific studies, and so they're our best option.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to carry all that stuff. Hey, thanks for keeping this tradition alive.
Thank
128 years, and you're part of that beautiful tradition. Thank you. See you guys back in a minute. I'm going to head back over and take some Q&A.
Thank you.
All right, come back with you in a minute, Jason.